Matt.
I'm Cody. Welcome to our house. Today we're playing Dark Crystal.
The board game representation of the movie. Guys, if you haven't seen the movie, please go out, get it, rent it, buy it, whatever you want to do. The anniversary edition coming out on Blu-ray is coming up this spring. It's a great movie. You guys are going to love it, I promise.
Again, check out Tabletop Troubadour. His name's Johnny Fraser Allen. He created all these pieces, all this design.
He hand sculpted each of the little characters here and then brought them down to miniature scale.
Yeah, there's a ton of detail on these guys. We played a little bit last night to get a little bit of a feel for the game. Bear with us, we're still trying to figure out our setups and all that stuff. If you have any suggestions, comment down below, let us know.
Please hit that like button and that subscribe button.
Share it.
Absolutely.
Subscribe. We're going to just jump right in.
Yeah, we're going to jump right in. As we go along, we will do our best to explain what we're doing. So, everything that's set up right now, these are the Skeksis. This is Kira and Jin of the Gelflings. And these four right here are the Gartham. All of these pieces start out in these positions for the moment. One of the Skeksis will move, and then we've got a couple tokens over here that are going to move. We have a move marker, which is represented by this mystic. So as turns go on, Cody is going to move that down so you remember whose turn it is. And just for this game alone, so that way I can keep track of the Gelflings and he can keep track of the Skeksis, I'm going to ask him to hand me the character cards, not the character sheets. Yeah, you're good. And then the willpower points on both of them. Thank you, sir. So Kira will start off with Fizzgig. That gives her a brawn bonus, which means instead of rolling a d6, she gets to roll a d8. At any point while the Gelflings are together, I can switch that over and give him a stronger roll. But last night I didn't see any reason to do it, so let's see if I have to today. Starting out, Cody's going to roll brawn for both of the Skeksis.
For my Chamberlain, I'm going to roll a d8. And for my Garum Master, I'm going to roll a d12 to see who is my Emperor. 1 and 4. So the Garum Master is the Emperor. So I'm defined by that.
Which is perfect because that's exactly who it was in the movie too. So this is great. This is working out awesome already.
So now my Chamberlain is banished to down here.
Right. And these are the starting positions that they're all going to start out at. Had he rolled different numbers for these two, they would have been switched. No big deal. That's the only real difference.
I would have moved this. This signifies whoever has this gets 2 minion cards at the start of their turn. And that, again, really the only difference.
Yep. And if there are any big differences that come up, we'll explain them as they happen. We're going to start out on turn 19. If you go ahead and rotate that for me. The wheel is represents Aughra. That's Aughra's turn. It even says so in the rule book. So Aughra's turn, we turn down the dial, and then the move token moves down to Chamberlain, and Chamberlain will lead us off. So you're going to draw.
He has a speed. I'm going to draw a minion card.
Yep.
Chamberlain. So Crystal Bats. Pick any world space, which is any of these, except this space, actually.
Yeah, this one space is the moat space. It's a perfect square. It is not a world space. All of the ones that are highlighted like a card are world spaces.
So, I pick any world space. If a Gelfling is there, bats attack them with a d10 wit. If I fail, I discard this. If I succeed, I spot them. Which that means when my Garum goes and attacks. And how we figure that out, we're going to base it on whoever Garum, whichever Skeksi is controlling that Garum, we're going to use their brawn, wit, and speed. I guess I'm going to pick this one.
So he chooses that space. That's where Kira sits at. So I'm going to use a D8 to roll for her.
And I'm going to roll a D10 to see if I find her. 1.
And I rolled a 4. So what happened was Kira saw the bat before the bat saw Kira, knocked it out of the sky as she does in the movie, and nothing else happens with that minion card.
But now the Chamberlain gets to move.
Right.
With a D6. 2.
So you can go here or 2 that way. Every move you have 2 options. You can go left, you can go right, you can go clockwise or counterclockwise. It's entirely up to you. As a Skeksis, you're trying to chase down the Gelflings. As the Gelflings, you're trying to find world cards that you can flip over the world card and move on, because we have to get through this deck so that way we can find Agra's Observatory. That is the hardest part of this game for the Gelflings. So that was his turn.
Now it's Jin's turn.
And Jin rolls an 8 to move. And I rolled a 6, which is a great roll. Jin comes out here. This is always his first space out of the Valley of Stones. I can, from here, go left or right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to go this way. I'm not afraid of a couple Gartham if they should attack. But over there, I might have to face off against him, and his brawn is a lot stronger than mine right now. Slave Podlings, test brawn versus a D4 and a D6. So if you would roll those for me, Cody. That's right, we'll get that in a minute, because we're going to need it. And I'm testing my brawn. Seriously?
Yeah. 6.
Oh, man. We are already in one of those situations. Sorry about that, guys. Didn't mean to drop nothing. We're going to let Cody get that for us.
You see nothing.
So, here's the deal. My brawn is only a D4. I cannot beat a 6. So I automatically am going to lose that scrimmage, that brawn test. And I don't want to fail that brawn test, because then the card gets left out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sacrifice one of my willpower tokens, and I instead get to roll a d20.
And the willpower signifies health, just so everyone's clear on that.
Right. If you run out of willpower, you run out of the will to keep going.
So if we might interchange those, but we're going to try our best not to.
So I actually rolled a 13, which beats the 6. This gets no second opportunity. Because I beat it, I discard the card. It just goes on the bottom. And that is the end of Jin's turn.
Master's turn. Since he's the Emperor, I get 2, and I get to pick which one. So I can either pick one Garm to move, or this one lets me have a second card. So I'm going to obviously do this. So I'm going to pick a Garm. They are all in the same spot.
And you're going to roll a 4. 4. Every roll that you make, you have to go that distance. So if he had landed on a 2, he would have to go 2 spaces, which is
I can't go. Yeah, I can't pick 1 out of 4. I have to go with that. So I'm gonna pick this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And for the moment, this particular Gartham belongs to the Emperor, the Gartham Master. That may come to play later. It may not. But
because both Skeksis hate each other. So if I control one and he goes over there now, they're going to try to fight. So I need to really keep my eye on that. I'm going to do my best. But, yeah. Whoa. Hey, good idea. So anyone that has a dot on it, underneath it, is the Emperors. So since I get to draw another card, I'm going to put these at the bottom. Draw another one. Hey! I get another card. So I'm going to pick this guy.
Okay. Roll 4 again.
I'm going to move him 1, 2, 3, 4.
And keeping in mind, these are all still the same Gartham belonging to the same person, because it's still that person's turn.
But if I control all of them, and I get one with the Chamberlain, I can retake control of them.
Exactly.
I get to draw another card. Roll a d20. If the result is 11 or higher, you recover 1 willpower, up to your maximum. So my maximum is 4 for each. So I can get 1 more willpower if I roll 11 or higher. Put this back in the deck and shuffle it. So if I get lower than 11, I get nothing. So
10.
So I get nothing.
I want to be sorry for you because you're my friend, but I'm so glad you didn't get that extra health. Do not need that right now. So while he's shuffling that, I'm just going to go and pull these dice off the table and offer him the d6, because now the Gartham Master, or the Emperor, whoever you want to think of him as, now gets to move. Moving in here is a very specific pattern, and moving out is a very specific pattern. If anything else happens with the castle, we will let you know exactly how that works.
And actually, I'm gonna use an ability. Since I'm in here, I can recover. If I was down to 1 health, I could recover all my health or all my willpower back. Sorry.
Yes.
But I only need 1 willpower, so I'm going to rest.
Okay.
And get a willpower.
Yeah. So there's your willpower for
And
that.
something else that does, I get a Skeksis card.
Now here's what's really cool about this portion of the movie. The Skeksis and the Mystics are connected through a psychic link or a physical link, however you want to think of it. So every time he gets to draw a card, I get to draw a card. So I drew Urim, the healer, and there are 2 dice down here at the bottom. It's going to be hard to see, but I promise they're there. Later on, I can use this as a special ability card, trade it up, use his dice instead of my own dice. I can also use it the last second, like if my dice wasn't strong enough, I can use their dice and roll again.
I got the Scroll Keeper, which all it really does is affect Brawn and Wit. So, put that with him.
Yep.
And since I rested, now it is Kira's turn.
Alright, so Kira, you know, there's entirely different cards for entirely different characters, which is why I have the Mystics and the World cards over here, and that's why he has the Skeksis and the Minion cards. So I rolled is that seriously a 1?
Yeah, that's a 1.
Alright, so it doesn't really matter which way I go. I guess I'll go that way. The World card. Test Brawn versus a D6, so I'll offer you a D6. And her Brawn is a D8 because she has Fizzgig. So that's 1 die stronger.
6.
I've only got a 25% chance of beating that. 4. Which I did not beat it. So I'm going to discard this card. Jen, Kira, you're not. Oh! So as Kira, this is the young Nebri, okay? Kira can communicate with the animals in the movie. So the young Nebri does not actually affect Kira. I don't lose any willpower, but the card is stuck on the table permanently. So it has a negative effect no matter what if I fail, and I did fail. So I'm just going to let it be. I'll worry about keeping my willpower for right now. And
So you didn't lose a willpower.
I didn't lose a willpower, that's right. If that card had come out on Jen's turn, I would have lost a willpower had I failed it. So we're going to flip back around to Augur's turn.
We're going to go 18.
Yep.
And then we're just going to go
To Chamberlain, yep.
Chamberlain. Okay. Draw a minion. So pick a Gartham anywhere and roll it. Now,
This is what we were talking about earlier. Go ahead.
I could be a jerk and just roll and see what I get, but we decided it's not as fun that way. So I have to actually pick my Gartham before I move it to make it a little bit more interesting. That way, in case if I roll and I'm trying to get over here and I don't make it, I can just say, oh, I'm going to move over here or something like that. So I am going to pick this guy. So go ahead and take that out because he's not his anymore. 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I don't get another other card. I'm going to put that there.
Whenever cards are discarded, they're automatically taken to the bottom. The only time you shuffle is if a card specifically tells you to. The reason for this is mostly because of the world cards. If you know how far into the deck you are, you know how much hope that you personally have for trying to win the game. So you never know how deep into the deck you really are. It is so stressful.
3. So, like I said, I have to pick, but him, I just roll, and I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3.
Okay, so this is the Chamberlain.
Yes, that's a D8.
And mine with Kira is a D8 as well. So it's your turn. I'm going to let you roll first.
Okay. 6.
He rolled a 6. All I have to do is get a 7 or 8. If I get a 6, because it's his turn, he wins.
If it was opposite, and he rolled, it's his turn, and I tie it,
6. So you would win.
I win.
So his winning is going to knock me out of a willpower. And that's the end of that. That's no big deal. I'll take the loss. The alternative is I could have offered up a willpower to re-roll a d20 and knocked him down a willpower.
But bottom line, he's losing 1 willpower.
Yeah, I'm losing 1 no matter what, and knocking him out one is not going to affect him too much right now.
Okay, so that was the end of my turn.
Yep.
Now it's Jim's turn.
Okay, Jen gets a D8 to move. That's a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am going to go this way, get closer back to home, because there's something very special that Jen can do here right now. Similar to the throne room, exactly. Well, you know what? That's going to happen. Oh, man. So, yeah. Jen can go in here and he can do the same thing that the Skeksis did in the throne room. Heal multiple points all at once, draw a mystic card, but Kira does not know how to get there yet, based on the movie history. So when that happens, that Kira and Jen join up, then I can get them both in there. I am still on a world space, so I get to draw a world card. Test wit versus D20. I don't want to. Go ahead and roll. That's a 7. And his is a D10. So I still stand a chance here. This is great. This is great. That's a 10. Zeros on the 10-sided dice are 10. It even says so in the rule book. I am so sorry. Alright, success. I get to discard this card. Which, again, that's the best success that you can have with the world cards, is just being able to discard them. It is now your Emperor's turn.
Emperor.
He's going to roll the draw
First
2.
I get 2. So I drew the crystal bats and go again Garum. Right now I'm going to stick with the Garum. I'm going to move one of these two.
Okay. So the Gartham always roll a D4, no matter what.
You're going to have a willpower for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
3. I'll move one of those right here.
1, 2, 3. And this is the Emperor's, so we're going to set that token out there just that we remember.
Now, I get to move my Emperor,
D6.
or the Garum Master.
Yep.
6.
6.
So just
start out with 1, 2, and 3, and then he gets to decide, does he want to go 3 this way or 3 the other way?
I'm going to go through that way.
Okay, 1, 2, and 3. For a total of 6. He does not draw any world cards, as you saw with the Chamberlain. The world cards are my burden to bear, not his. So that would be the end of his turn, and we're going to move down to Kira. So Kira moves for an 8. 1. Oh my gosh. And she doesn't have anything. Alright, I will go this way and try to battle against the Gartham.
Which that doesn't have, so that is the 8.
Okay, so I will roll first for a 1. Oh my gosh. Go ahead. 2! Wow,
Yes!
he won by 1. I am not playing this game. I am not. I'm going to discard a willpower. I'm not going to lose it. I'm going to discard it because I'm going to roll a d20. There's no way in this world I'm going to roll a 1. You're right. I still lose a willpower. I rolled an 18. Now here's the reason I did that. That is one less for me to worry about on the table right now. He is now in the Gartham nest, so he has to be brought back out on the table. I only have 3 Gartham on the table right now that I have to deal with. One less thing for me to worry about. I did land here with an empty space, so I draw a world card.
Even though there was a Garum there?
Even though the Gartham was there, there was no card there.
Gotcha.
Okay, so test wit against a d12. Kira's is an 8, so go ahead and roll yours. 9. So no matter what I roll, I'm not going to win that. So I will go ahead and discard one more willpower because failure is not an option. I'm going to roll a 20 to try to beat that 9. And I got a 15. So this card, success, leave this card on this space, but that's the end of it. If I failed, I'd have to test brawn and do what it says after that. So there's that. I lost 1 willpower, but it's no big deal right now.
Come up to
Augra's turn.
Agra.
Augra's going to rotate the clock 1 more turn.
Okay. Chamberlain.
Chamberlain. He sits over there, but you draw a card first.
Oh, yep. Pick any world space. Investigate with bats using a D10. I'm going to investigate this space.
Okay. So I'm actually really glad he did that. I don't know if he actually did it on purpose or on accident.
I did not, and as I'm thinking about it, I should have gone for Kira.
If he had chosen Kira,
you know
then
what?
I'd lost.
I'm not going to take it back because I screwed up, and I'm going to own my mess up.
So your win
6.
is a 6. Jin's, I get to roll a D10, which is the same thing he just rolled. And I got a 2. So I'm going to let him find me. I don't want to forfeit any willpower right now.
I can move any Garum I want to this spot. Obviously, I'm going to choose this guy.
Okay. So now I have to take him down.
And he gets a D8 because I'm the Chamberlain.
And unfortunately, Jin only gets a D4. I cannot beat an 8. So I'm going to have to sacrifice the willpower to use a 20. This is pretty similar to how things panned out last night, but not exactly, and I actually stood a chance of doing things. I'm currently discarding another willpower to roll again. That landed on an 8.
But I rolled, so I
Oh
was
man!
tied. Last night I couldn't roll anything.
Oh man! So one thing about a house rule with us is wherever the die lands, that is what the number is. The whole rolling it off the table to try to get another roll, we don't believe in that. 12 is what I just now rolled. Goodbye, Gartham. Of course, I don't get the victory speech because he knocked out 3 of my willpower just now. Holy smokes. Okay,
so
you still get to move.
Yep. Come on, 1, 2, 3, or 4. Or 1 or 4. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna go this way because that is owned by the Emperor, and me and him don't like each other right now.
If he had landed over there, he would have to fight it to figure out whether or not he lost a willpower or whether or not the Gartham had to go back to the nest. So while he plays both Skeksis, he can control all 4 Gartham, both Skeksis. He can keep everybody alive, keep everything going.
It's like the inner turmoil between the flesh and the spirit. You know?
Yeah.
Just kind of go back and forth with each other. Okay, so that was
Chamberlain's turn.
now Jin.
Jin gets to roll.
Is it Jen or Jin?
G-E-N, Jin. Yep.
The J-E-N.
That's what I meant, J-E-N. Sorry.
So it's Jin.
Jin. Like Jan, but Jin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Too
So,
bad she wasn't tonic.
5. Man alive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need the world cards right now. Worst case scenario, I lose my last willpower. I'm gonna test Braun against a D6. He rolled a 5, and I can't beat that. So this is where the Mystic card comes in handy. I get to use his Braun, which is a D10. So no matter what I roll, it's not a 5. So that automatically just gets discarded. I'm going to roll a 10 and try to beat the 5.
This is his turn. If he ties, he wins.
I did not tie. If I accept defeat, lose my last willpower, and have to re-heal, I also lose my special ability card. So I might as well use it, trying not to end up over here. And by doing that, it's the same thing as if I had discarded a willpower. I get to roll a d20, which is a 9.
Which beats my 5.
5, okay. So that gets discarded. If you just slip that under there, so that way we don't lose it, but I don't use it. So I've lost my extra special ability. This game is already not looking too good for your boy Matt here. So that's the end of that. Call it a success, even though it really wasn't. Discard this card.
Done.
Yep.
Master's turn.
The reason you keep saying master is because that particular Skeksis is the Gartham master. So, you know, don't freak out. Don't think that we're talking about the wrong people. Gartham master, emperor, whatever.
Whoever holds this is the Emperor, so the Chamberlain could also be the Emperor.
Exactly.
So I have a lot to pick from.
Are you implying that they're both the same card?
Yeah, they're the same card.
Okay.
I'm gonna move this guy.
Okay.
Actually, no, I haven't rolled yet. I'm moving him.
Okay. So he rolled a 4.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Can I get a willpower?
Yeah, absolutely. There you go.
Go. That and
Also, I know I've already discarded a couple of them in case if you didn't catch on to this already. The Garth only have 1 willpower and they have no wit, so I always have to face them against brawn. What he's doing is he's counting out the spaces one way and both the other way to see where the Emperor is going to move to. Are you going south or north?
I'm going this way.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is the Emperor and this is the Emperor's Gartham, so there's no fighting here. But if he should so choose, he can grab the other one and tag along.
So I would get to roll the 4. No.
Yes. You always roll the die of the slowest character that's in your group. So
How do I do the if I got a fight? How do I do a fight?
well, you're not fighting right now.
Okay.
But if you were going to, you would use his brawn against the other Skeksis' brawn, just like how I've been doing it.
Okay.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay. So it is the end of the.
Wouldn't I get double? I get to roll the d12 twice, wouldn't I? Since I'm
But you're not going to fight your own Gartham.
no, but because when you have Kira and Jin together, you get to roll both of their willpower. So wouldn't I get to roll?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
just
Sorry.
just making sure.
I misunderstood what he was asking. What he's saying is if these two travel together, how are they going to fight? Well, what that means is since he's the Emperor's Gartham, he gets to roll a d12. The Emperor also gets to roll a d12. So from
And I
now
get to
on,
pick the highest number.
from now on, when he moves, if they're still traveling together, he gets to roll the d12 twice and pick whichever number he wants. Obviously, he's got to pick the biggest number, but
Same when Kira and Jin are together.
they both automatically roll their brawn dice.
And since she is a d10 with
Wit. Oh no, her brawn is a d8 right now because she has Fizzgate.
okay, I thought she was okay. Anyway, so she's a d8 and he is a d4. So he gets to roll the 8 and the 4 together and pick the highest one.
Right.
So I mean, if this is like a 3 and this is a 4, I can pick the highest one.
Obviously.
So I get to roll this 12. Okay, just clarifying that for
Yeah,
myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now it is Kira's turn.
It is Kira's turn. I'm kind of hoping to roll a 2, but I also want to get up here and try to get home. Try to regain some of that health. 4. 1, 2, 3. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will go over here, open a new world card. Test wit against a d8. So I'm going to ask you to roll the 8, and then I will roll an 8 as well for my wit. 5. Man,
I'm on fire.
we should have recorded the game last time, man. I also rolled a 5, but it's my turn, so I win. Success. Leave this card on the space. So some of these world cards, unfortunately, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose. There's no real happy ending. The only advantage is I didn't lose my last willpower for Kira. It will now rotate back around. It is Augur's turn. This is something I had mentioned yesterday about how the Labyrinth game, you can play 1 to 5 players. A 5th player can play as Jareth, the Goblin Master, Goblin King. A 5th player could actually play this game just to play as Augur and help deal out cards and tokens and stuff like that. It is the Chamberlain's turn. He draws 1 minion card.
Crystal Bat. I'm going to investigate that space right there.
Okay.
D12 is what I roll. And I have my cards there, but on this it tells me what to roll.
Right.
Just in case you were wondering about that. So
you rolled 4, thank goodness. Jin's wit is a d10. And I rolled a 4. You win. Holy smokes. I cannot re-challenge that, but I don't lose my last willpower. It's just the bats trying to find me.
So the bats found them. So So now I get to move my Gartham, right?
Gartham.
Oh, yep. I'm gonna knock this out.
Now, did it say choose any Gartham?
Yes.
Okay, okay. So by him deciding to take over one of the Emperor's Gartham, which you can do during regular gameplay with 4 players, that's totally cool. He can do that. He's gonna move that Gartham over there, and now I have to fight it.
And now it's the Chamberlain, so I'm using a D8.
And unfortunately, I only have a D4.
On big money.
He rolled a 2, so I have a 50% chance of beating this. And I did with a 3. Oh man, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Alright, so that's out of the way, and yet he still gets to roll, and he still gets to move.
3.
Alright?
I'm moving 3 that way.
1, 2, and 3. So there's that, and that's the end of the Chamberlain's turn. It is now Jin's. If I don't roll a 2, I've got to get away. I've got to get up here and try to heal.
Yeah, there you do.
8. So I didn't roll a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Coming into the Valley of Stones, it automatically ends it. That's the only way going into the Valley of Stones or going into the throne room. That is the only way that your dice does not have to be met by the same number of spaces. Except for the end game, but that's no big deal. We'll get to that later. So I'm in here. That's the end of my turn. There are no world cards that are flipped over. Nothing else happens. It is the Emperor's turn, so he's drawing 2 minion cards.
Same card.
Same card, cool.
So, I will pick this card.
Okay. And that's the Emperor, so we're going to put a willpower out there.
3. 1, 2.
Oh, man.
I didn't even think of that.
One of us is going to lose. Hopefully I won't need to put that willpower out there for him.
So, that is the Emperor's.
Yes.
I get a D12.
But that is Kira, so I get to roll a D8. So it's a little more evenly matched than last time. Except when he does that. Alright. Just need a 6, 7, or 8. 6. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. I'm going to keep doing that.
That's going to be the
It seems like a really fun game. I drop him, he chases him.
Matt,
Yes, sir.
I get to pick another card.
Of course you do.
That's the best part. I get to pick another card.
Well, while you do that and figure it out.
Pick any card anywhere and roll a D4. I'm going to pick him again.
Okay, sounds like fun. Don't roll a 3. He rolled a 2. Great.
1, 2. But Matthew.
Yeah. Oh, you get to roll a
again.
different card.
Pick any Gartham and go anywhere, or roll a D4.
Okay. So who are you choosing?
I'm going to separate them and move them.
Okay, that's fine. 4. Okay. I'm just going to put that willpower under there so we remember that is the Emperor's.
I get to roll D6.
Yep. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
It's Kira's turn.
Okay. So there's that. Kira gets to roll an 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. I need exactly an 8 to try to get up here where Jin is. We can heal together. It's a 2. Dandy. Kira goes to the moat space. The moat space is not a world space. If you remember correctly, I mentioned how the spaces that look like cards are world card spaces. This is a perfect square. There are no world cards for that position. I can land there. I can't do anything. That's the end of my turn. I rolled a 2, didn't I?
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2. I'm going the other way.
No, you already played it.
I thought that's fine. He's absolutely right. I need to leave it alone.
Yep.
But I miscounted. Like, I thought this was the second spot. I didn't want to go up against him. That sucks. That I saw that wrong.
You did that.
Yeah.
Pick and move.
Okay. as the Chamberlain.
Yep.
So he loses his Emperor token, if you will. 2. 2. Okay.
And I get another card.
Of course you do.
Of course. Ooh, this actually comes in kind of handy. Roll a d20. Higher than 11 or higher, I get another point. And since he's down 1, that actually helps. So I need 11 or higher.
Yep. Didn't get it. Great. That's
And
awesome.
that's a 1.
See what happens when you don't let your karma flow a little bit.
You know what?
You could have let me go back a couple spaces. You know.
You know what?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna rest.
All right. So you're no, hold on. You're not resting in the throne room.
I thought if I rested, I get 1 anyway.
You get a willpower. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. But so he's resting outside of the throne room, so he does not get a Skeksis card.
But really quick, I don't know if you can see. If I had 1 and I was in the throne room, I'd get all my willpower back.
Yes.
Okay.
So that was the end of his turn. Yes.
Yep.
Because you rested.
Yep.
All right. So actually, I'm not even going to roll for Chin because he needs to rest. This is what he was talking about. I am resting in my home space. By doing that, I regain not just the rest of my health, which would put me at 5, but I actually get 1 more to go to my max. Because I rested inside of the Valley of Stones, which is where the Mystics reside, I get to draw a Mystic card and hold on to that. Unfortunately, he gets to draw a Skeksis card.
And as you can see, my Emperor has 1, so it goes to my Chamberlain.
It has to go to the Chamberlain. Based on the idea that the Skeksis will always be 2 different characters, never on the same team.
Mm-hmm.
I drew the Alchemist, and I've got a couple of options for that, and that goes to Jim.
And I drew the Ritual Master.
Okay.
Now, I have nothing to hide. He's sneaking around.
A little bit, yeah. We're giving you both aspects of it.
So, I'm keeping mine out because I have nothing to hide. My guys are rolling around, looking for fights. He's sneaking around, so he's being cautious. That's why his are turned upside down.
Exactly.
You can turn them up, you can leave them up. Doesn't matter too much.
I rested, so that's the end of my turn.
It's the Emperor's turn.
He draws 2.
Here's where the being Emperor has its advantage. Because this is which is a dying race. Lose 1 willpower, put this card into the deck and shuffle it. Or I could pick a Gartham and move it anywhere with a D4. I'm going to choose this one.
As the Emperor, he gets to choose, which is what he's been doing so far, but that's what he was talking about. That's the point of why he gets to choose.
Oh, crap. I was going to move him.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. What he's doing is he thinks he's blocking me in. Heaven forbid I roll a 1. I'm not going to roll a 1.
And he knows this because I told him last night. My strategy is to monopolize as much empty spots as I can. That way he's more likely to land on me.
Right. 6.
Thank
you.
Thank you. Keep me honest.
That was the Emperor.
And now it is Gita's turn.
Alright, Kira.
All down there
2,
by her
4,
ball.
6, 8. Even if I roll an 8, I'm not safe yet. I did roll an 8. So at least I know where I'm going. It's an open world. 2, 4, 6, 8. I'm 1 extra space away no matter which way I go, so it doesn't really matter. World card. Test speed against an 8. So here I'm going to let you roll first. Which is a 3. Just got to be faster than a 3. And I'm not! Awesome!
Better speeds in real life.
Yeah. Both of the fail and the success says that I'm going to leave the card on the table, but if I fail, then I lose a willpower, and I've only got 1 willpower left. I don't want to lose this card. And I would... Wait. You know what? I can't get them together. So discard that card for me. It's going to go under her character sheet. She passes out and wakes up in the Valley of the Stones with the Mystics. On her next turn, she'll have to rest, which will give her 1 token. On the following turn, I can decide to let her rest again.
And power her all the way
and
up.
power her all the way up, right. So that's the end of that. It is Augur's turn. We're counting down from the start of 19. We're down to 14 turns for me to try to find Augur's observatory.
Move him.
Okay?
4.
1 space.
Here.
Okay, so there's that.
Just to keep on an open space.
Sure.
You know, like I said, I want to monopolize as much open room as I can. That way he's more likely to land on me. But since he's hiding out in this honeycomb hideout over here.
Which is not helping me, by the way.
Move me to the moat. Chamberlain.
Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No.
So Chamberlain moves over to the moat.
Yep. There we go.
Jin has already rested. If I stay here, I'm not doing anything. I just can't risk that. I've got 18 cards at least that I have to get down through, which is part of the setup. I hate to leave her behind, but I don't have any choice. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is your Emperor, right? And he's got 4.
Mm-hmm.
I can't match his brawn. I just can't do it. 1, 2, 3. I will open a world card. Testing speed against a D6. Alright. Would you stop? I rolled a 4. Characters on space cannot rest, but must test speed again when it's their go. Okay, so if I accept the failure, I lose 1 willpower. Characters on the space cannot rest or move, but must test speed again when it's their go. This continues until the test is passed. Even once this test is passed, leave this card on the space. So this card is going to the space no matter what I do. I'm just going to set it down. I am going to sacrifice 1 willpower. Yep. So that I can roll a d20. I have to beat a 6, which I did with a 12. Thank goodness. So I don't lose any other willpower, and when it's my turn again for Jin, I don't have to keep fighting against that speed test.
Now, if you land on it again, I shoot to space.
No, it stays there. So every time somebody lands on a
Yeah.
card, they have to retest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, what he's referencing is last night I had a card here that I didn't have to keep retesting. It was a free card. So I kept landing there, trying to get to an open world space, and I didn't have to retest. So it was great.
I'm gonna move this corner.
Okay. So 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
And I gotta go again.
Okay, I believe you. Hey, he might be playing the bad guy and I might be playing the good guy, but we're still brothers. We're not going to sit here and lie to each other about a game.
So I get to have crystal bats.
Okay.
Pick any world space to investigate. I'm going to choose this one. And I get to roll a d10. Wet. So that's Jin.
You're rolling wit. His is a 10 as well.
4.
So you rolled a 4. Got, what, a 60% chance of rolling better?
Something like that.
And I did, thank goodness. I actually rolled a 6. So I'm set as far as that.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens with the crystal bats. We move on. Nope. You still get to move.
Oh! Yeah. I forgot.
1.
That way.
And he's going to move 1 that way. No big deal.
Now it's Kira's turn.
Yep. Kira. Oh, I can't roll. I'm sorry. Kira.
Oh yeah.
Kira, while she was in here, she should have been laying down. She's now standing up. So I get 1 willpower back for Kira. And that's all I can do. I have to actively decide to rest again with her in order to regain all of her health.
So now that goes down to 13.
13, yep. That's Augur's turn, and now it's Chamberlain's.
Move the Garth.
Ooh, goody gumdrops for you.
I'll move him.
Okay. So since it is Chamberlain, he is losing the Emperor token. 4.
4. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go that way.
Yep. 1, 2, 3,
try.
4. Yep. Which is what I figured you'd do. One.
Please.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Alright, Jen gets to roll an 8. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna go this way. It doesn't seem as likely that he might roll a 1, so I'm gonna risk that. Open world card. Wit against a 12. So I'm gonna let you roll a 12.
8.
Would you stop it? With a 10. Thank goodness. I get to discard that card. Alright. It is the Emperor's turn. Emperor draws 2.
I'm going to investigate this spot with a D12. That's wit.
Okay. So
7.
his 7 versus my wit, which is a 10. Which is a 10. Phenomenal. I knocked the bird out of the sky. I don't care if it's not a bird. It's still a flying little rat.
And then that was Emperor, so...
Yep. 1. 1. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
I hate going up against the Garth Master because his stinking brawn is a 12, whereas Jin's brawn is only a 4. I should have taken the Fizzgig token when I had the chance, and I didn't.
Do you want to go first?
No. He rolled a 9. I can't beat a 9. So, that's a 12. Alright. I'm going to have to sacrifice a willpower to roll a 20, a d20. Still trying to beat the 9 with a 17. Are you going to let it?
Yeah, I'm going to let it because I could also sacrifice a willpower. If you roll a 17 out of a 20, not a lot of chance I'm going to beat that. So, yeah.
So he accepts his defeat. It's only 1 willpower, not the end of the world for anybody.
But he was defeated in combat. Now the Emperor's staff moves to Chamberlain.
Exactly.
Because
being defeated is a great dishonor.
kind of like in Game of Thrones, the Dothraki is like getting your brain cut off. You're humiliated.
Yeah.
So he's humiliated. Next guy in charge takes it up. If he loses, it goes back to him. But I say it's a draw 2 cards. So
Yeah. Alright, so that was his turn.
and now it's curious.
It's Kira's turn. Kira, I'm going to go ahead and let her rest. That's going to give her all of her health back, which would bring her up to 4. But it actually maximizes it, and I get to draw a Mystic. He gets to draw a Skeksis. Who did you draw?
I got the Ornamentalist.
And I got the Scribe. So, strong wit with this one.
Yeah, me too. I got Brawn and with D10.
Oh, my wit's a 12. That's why I was saying it was strong. Yeah, you got a couple cards that are neutral. I took a peek earlier before I shuffled them to see who I'd have to fight up against.
Okay. Now, because he's resting so much, I'm going to say this. He only now has
Yeah.
12 more. Now, I know it sounds like a lot, but realistically, he has 12 more chances, or technically 24.
Right.
24 chances to land on these spaces to get through that deck to find his crystal.
But as you guys can see, I'm building up the world with extra cards, which is becoming a problem. He is building up the empty spaces with his Gartham and his Skeksis, which is
Exactly.
becoming a problem. So I'm constantly trying to find the right space to go to, and it's just not working out.
So, Chamberlain. Now, new emperor.
The Chamberlain is the
New
emperor
emperor
now.
Chamberlain. Oh,
That's right.
absolutely like this, but oh well.
Right. Could have been worse.
It really could have. Okay, so actually, before we do this, does that have anything? So can I get?
Are you wanting to switch them?
Yep. That way
Okay. So take those two out. So all that we did was switch the Emperor tokens.
That way I still move the correct
Right,
pieces.
exactly.
But it doesn't matter. I can control any one of them.
Right. Only thing that matters is if they accidentally land on the wrong Gartham or the wrong Skeksis.
That one is mine. Well, I'm
This one.
I'm gonna take control of this one.
Okay. 3. You could team up with him if you wanted to, or go over
Yeah,
there.
I'm gonna team up with him.
Okay. Now, of course, the team up is not official until there's an invite extended, but there's 2 here, so if I should land there, I've got to face both of them.
I get to go again. Pick one.
Who you moving?
I'll move one of those two.
One of those 2? Okay. 3.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I'll move one of them down there.
Okay. 1, 2, and 3. So there's that. I'd love for it to be my turn. Oh, you get to draw.
I'm gonna go again.
I was just gonna remind you to roll a die, but okay.
Okay. I'll move
That one. Okay. He rolled a 4. Okay.
And into the minions.
Oh, thank goodness. And he rolled a 5. Of course he is. Okay. So it is Jen's turn if you would move the...
Okay. And I will be right back.
Yep. Alright, so really quickly, I'm just going to take my turn. Well, probably not too quickly. Let Cody have the chance to come back. I roll a 2. It is Jen's turn, so I can go 1, 2 and fight the Gartham, or 1, 2 and fight nobody. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do that, and I'm going to draw the card here. We've been really bad about mentioning what cards we're drawing because there are so many different ones, and we don't want to give away everything about the game. We really want you guys to have fun with your own game, enjoy yourselves, enjoy each other's company by all means. But I will tell you what this card here says. Slave Podling Camp. I could choose to avoid them by testing speed, or I could choose to confront them. What would happen is, with Jin, I would test my brawn. I would roll a d4, and he would roll a d4 and a d6 at the same time, so as to see who would win based on brawn. But speed, an 8 versus an 8, I should be able to beat that. If I have success over speed, this card gets left on the space. If I have a success over brawn, then I get to discard this card, so I'll probably end up going with brawn. If I fail at all, lose 1 willpower, leave this card on the space. So once again, failure is not an option, and I'm stuck going up against his willpower. So this card is going to go right here just for a minute. 4 and, or no, it's an 8. So I'm going to roll this 8 for the card, for the Podling Camp, and it's an 8. Oh my gosh. I can't beat an 8 with a 4-sided die, so I'm going to have to sacrifice a willpower to roll a d20, and hopefully I roll better than an 8. I rolled a 12. That's great. So since I beat it based on brawn, the card gets discarded. That's going to the bottom of the deck. I get to sit pretty here. And we're going to set these dice aside. Move the player marker down. And welcome back, Cody.
Thank you. Sorry, like I said, welcome to our house. I have my daughter with me today. Her name's Madeline. She's off. Can't care. Yeah, so
It is now the former Emperor's turn, the Garth Master's turn.
Garth Master. He is there, so he gets uno mas. Gartham. I'm gonna choose this guy.
Okay, does he have an Emperor token?
Yes, he does.
Let's get rid of that.
Three. 1, 2, 3.
Who are you counting? Oh, this Gartham? Okay, sorry.
I'm gonna actually go here.
Okay.
And then I get to draw another card.
Well, keep in mind that that Gartham would sit safe here because it would be his.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ooh. Roll a d20. Higher, 11 or higher, I get a willpower.
Okay. It's an 8, thank goodness. Hey, just don't.
At least I roll high when it matters.
Exactly.
Okay. Now I'm rolling.
For his movement?
Yep.
1.
And actually, right here.
Okay. So,
Now it's Kira's turn. She's at full health, I'm guessing.
yeah, she is finally at full health. She's got a little backup with her. We're going to roll a d8 to move her. I'm not going to lie, I'm hoping it's a 1. It's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh. Wit against a 12. If I fail, there's a whole bunch of other stuff I have to go through.
He's a 12 too.
Yeah, I know he is. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh.
I really hate to do this. I know that I have a strong possibility of losing, but an 8 versus a 12, I might stand a chance. I don't.
Let's not do that.
So I'm going to lose 1 willpower either way. I might as well just discard it and try to beat him with a 20. With a 12. That's phenomenal.
Why is it so clutch all the time with those? You know what? I'm gonna go for it too.
Okay.
I'm gonna lose one anyway.
So just for the moment, just that we keep track of it, I'm going to roll his 12 to a 12. That's mine right now.
12.
No, the 12-sided die to a 12. And that's my die. He has to beat a 12. That's just a good way of remembering who's got what.
Come on, baby.
Come on, 11 or lower.
Daddy needs a new pair of shoes.
Come on, 11 or lower. With a 5. Sir, would you like to discard another one?
No.
Okay.
I have
well,
to.
you're going to have to.
Yeah.
Question is, did you want to try again?
Gambling is never good, Mike. I always lose.
Alright, so I did beat that, which is awesome for me. It leaves that particular Skeksis down with 1 willpower. So if he loses that last willpower, he automatically goes back to the throne room, and I can keep going. 1 less problem on the table. Unfortunately, Augra has a turn too. You get to draw 2 this time.
So I'm going to pick.
Are you moving to Gartham again?
Yeah, I'm gonna move Gartham.
Okay.
I'm gonna move this Gartham.
Okay.
Three. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
I have a second.
Oh yeah.
You don't have to do that. We're just doing it just to make it a little bit easier on ourselves.
And I mean, let's face it, we want to hear from you guys. We want to hear the good, we want to hear the bad. But if you didn't message us with something that we forgot, that'd be phenomenal, because that would mean that we taught you guys correctly.
One.
And he rolled a whopping 1, so he only got to move 1 space. So I'm gonna do that. It's like I'm playing house. Anyway, it is Jen's turn. And I'm looking for a 3. Ooh, gosh, I really am looking for a 3 this time. And I rolled a 3. That is awesome. So 1, 2, and 3. From now on, when either of the Gelflings move, they can pull the other one with them, and since their speed is the same, they get to pull each other at the same speed. I don't have to roll a smaller die. I now get to go up against the Emperor, and here's hoping that I knock his booty out.
No. The Garth Master, he's not Emperor.
I'm sorry, he's right. It's the Garth Master. I'm just used to him being the Emperor from the beginning of this and from the movie.
Okay.
So,
I'm
Kira...
gonna let you go first.
That's okay.
Explain that.
Kira gets to roll a d8 for battle because of Fizzgig, and Jin gets to roll a d4. I'm going to roll both of them. I can be suspenseful. I don't want to. I rolled an 8 as my maximum, so I'm just going to go ahead and discard that other die. Tell me you rolled an 8. Tell me you rolled an 8. 6. Good enough. That's fine. If it had been an 8, because it's a tie and it's my turn, I would have won. It's less than an 8, so it doesn't matter.
But I'm going to use my special card.
Oh, man.
Once per game, roll a d20 for free.
Okay, so go ahead and discard that. He's going to roll a 20 and try to beat my 8. 12! And he did, but I still have an option. I can either let both of these guys lose 1 willpower, or I can forfeit 1 willpower to try to outdo his 12. Would you set that on a 12? Because I am going to try to outdo you. With a 13! And he cannot discard his last willpower to try to beat that. His card over there does not show a d20 or anything that could beat a 13. So, his Garth Master is unfortunately knocked out for him, of course. It's fortunate for me. He loses his last willpower for a turn, and he loses his card because he got knocked out. So your Skeksis card gets discarded. And that is just the best possible turn it could be for me. Go ahead and move your turn counter down 1.
No, I mean...
It's now his turn, but he can't do anything.
But he does get up and get 1 back.
He does stand up, he gets 1 back, that's the end of his turn.
I'll tell you what, that's going to happen at a better time for that character.
No joke. No joke.
So I can't do anything, so now it's Kira's turn.
However, you do still get to draw 1 card for your minions.
Oh!
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So I'm going to pick... I'm going to pick this guy.
Okay. And I'm going to hope he doesn't roll a 4. It's a 1. That's great. So we'll set up the Emperor token.
Nope.
Oh, no. Because he's not Emperor. Okay. So there's
now
that.
it's Kira's turn.
And now it's Kira's turn. And we finally get to see movements together. I rolled a 7. Both of them are going to move no matter which way. 7. I'm going to go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That's going to give me a world card. And this is where things get really interesting. I'm going to test speed against a d4. So he's going to roll a d4. Both of my characters get to test their speed. So he rolled a 1. I rolled a 1. It's a tie. I would win. Let's say that didn't beat it for some reason. I'd get to roll again because both of their speeds are the same, which I rolled a 7 that time. Success, this card gets left on the space. So there's that and that. But success, no lost willpower, no negative effects. It is, unfortunately, Augur's turn.
Running out of time.
I know.
2 minions. And honestly, I was trying to get him, he was so low on health, I was trying to get him around, so I mean, it kind of works out.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll a d8 to search that area.
Where the Gelflings are?
Yes.
Okay. You rolled a 3. Now that's wit, is it?
Yes, wait.
Okay, so I've got a 10 and an 8. I have to beat a 3. And I beat it with both of them. Just one of them's fine, but I did beat it.
Okay. I can roll my 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. We'll move him up here.
1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
It's Jen's turn. See, the great thing about the Gelflings traveling together is they don't fight, they don't argue, whereas both the Skeksis would fight every time that they travel together. I rolled a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got there. I'm gonna go there because the current Emperor, the Chamberlain, has just way too much health right now. I don't want to deal with his willpower. World card. This is the Wall of Destiny. I actually don't have to fight it, but because both characters landed on it, I can decide who it affects. With Kira, this card would stay on the space, whereas with Jin, I get to carry it as an extra bonus card. It is for wit. So I'm just going to set that aside for right now, and it is the end of Jin's turn.
The Master's turn. I'm going to rest. Could I get 3 jokers, please?
Yes, sir. So there's 3.
Okay, so I'm doing this out of turn, but he's not going to move. But I still get my minion card.
Go ahead and get your minion card.
I'm going to pick this space to investigate with a D10.
Okay.
And that's wit.
Yep. So an 8 and a 10. I have to beat a 7.
And you do not.
And I don't. But because Jin is here, I can go ahead and use that special card I was talking about. With Jin, take this card as a new special ability card. Jin can discard this card to roll an extra D20 for a failed wit test without losing any willpower. So this card now gets discarded, and I'm going to roll a D20.
So from 8 to 20.
Yeah. So what is that, about 60% or so?
I don't know.
And I rolled a 16, so I'm good. I passed the wit test, which means that there are no crystal bats that spot me. Thank goodness.
Darn. And
so
I rested.
He rested, but he rested in the throne room, so he gets a Skeksis card. And because balance must be kept, I get a Mystics card. Because my characters are together, I have to figure out who gets this one card, and actually I'm just going to go ahead and give it to Jin, because he just might need the extra help.
Okay, I got the Slave Master.
Oh yeah, I'm glad you said that. I got the Weaver, so his wit and brawn are pretty even.
And now
it's Kira's turn. Okay. Let's see here. Rolled a 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, so I'm going to go this way. So that way I can reveal a world card. I have to test wit against a D6. And my wit is an 8 and a 10. Would you roll that 6 for me, please?
Yes. 3.
Okay. Rolled a 2 and a 7. So I did beat the wit test. The cards pass says that the card stays on the board. There's no other side effects from that. So we're going to start over with our turns again. It is Augra's turn.
9.
I'm down to 9 turns. That's only a maximum possibility for 18 world cards that I can flip over. And if I don't flip them over, I don't flip them over. So
I'm going to choose this Gartham.
Okay. Who as the Emperor?
Yes, as the Emperor.
Okay. And where's he going? No, I know. You're alright. 2?
1, 2, right there.
Alright, so we're going to set this there. Hopefully he doesn't win.
So now I roll a D8.
I'm going to let you roll first, and then I'm going to roll mine. You rolled a 1. That's phenomenal. Here's the thing. When he rolls a 1, and I'm rolling these 2 dice, I know, any dice, I know that I'm going to beat him.
Unless he rolls double 1s.
Unless I roll double 1s, because it's his turn. I rolled a 3 and an 8, so I'm good. I'm good. He's gone back to the nest. And it is your Emperor's turn to roll. 6. 1, 2, 3. A mode space or that.
Over here.
Okay. So there's that.
Now it's Jen's turn.
Jen, okay. So we're going to roll for movement. Why do I have an extra Mystic out. Did I use that earlier?
I think it was curious.
I'm gonna discard it just for fairness.
Okay.
I don't know where that card came from. That's weird. 2. 1, 2. Deal with a Gartham. 1, 2. Deal with nobody. Let's do that. World card. The Black River. Test speed versus D6. So if you roll that 6 for me, I get to roll 2 8s. And as long as I roll, that's all that matters. So I beat that. Leave this card on the space. Would you stop doing that? Man. It is the Garth Master's turn.
Pick any world spot, roll a d12.
Alright.
For my pistol box.
He rolled a 2. I have to roll better than a 2 with both of my wit. An 8 and a 10. I rolled a 2 and a 4. So the 4 beats it. That's all that matters. It's the idea of a single crystal bat being seen by one of my characters. So go ahead and roll your 6 and 6.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Actually, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Take it.
Okay. So he's gonna move there, and he's going to talk to our biggest fan right now and calm her down a little bit. It is currently Kira's turn, so I'm gonna move that player turn token, the Mystic. I'm gonna move that down to Kira, and Kira gets to move with a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'd land down there on a card. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I would land over here on a Garth. So I will, sorry, in case you didn't hear that, over here I'm going to land on a Gartham. So I will go ahead and do that, and that is the Emperor, the current Emperor's Gartham, which is a D8. I roll a D8 and a 4 for my power, for my brawn. And I roll a 1 and a 3. Holy smokes. Cody, go ahead and roll the D8. And he rolls a 3, but it's my turn. My 3 matches his 3. I beat the Gartham. So there's that. So now that the Gartham is gone, the world space is considered open, and I can go ahead and draw a world card. Podling Village, yeah.
You can go for me if I'm not back.
Okay. So the Podling Village, which I don't recognize getting this card. Leave this. Oh yeah. This was the card we had discussed earlier about how it's kind of a free space if I decide to rest on top of it. Leave this card on the space. If a Gelfling rests here, roll a d6 and gain that many points of WP, willpower, rather than just 1. So just by being there, rolling a die, I gain extra willpower. If a Gartham or Skeksis ends its Gelfling in combat, or if there are no Gelflings here to defend the village, discard this card. So this card's going to go here. I don't have to do anything with it this turn, but on my next turn, because Jin is down 3 willpower, I could decide to go ahead and do that, and I probably will, to be completely honest. If I can roll a 3 or better, I will gain 3 willpower. When Gelflings rest together and they gain willpower, whether it be 1 or 3 or all 6, the idea is that they've had the chance to dream fast, which is where they share stories and stuff telepathically. By doing that, I can offer up a willpower to the other Gelfling, and if I should get Jin up to 6, then that's exactly what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to offer 1 to Kira. That'll put both of them at 5. Both of us will have the chance to rest if we need to, or both of us would have the same number of chances to keep going or get knocked down, just depending on what's going on. So the move token is going to get moved up to Augra, and it is now down to 8 turns. And next is the current Emperor, the Chamberlain's turn. The Chamberlain is going to draw 2 cards, and Cody, what you can't see is Cody's right in the other room, so I'm just going to keep talking to him.
Yep.
I'm good. You drew 2 cards of the same thing.
Okay.
Do you want to move a Gartham out of the nest?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and roll that for him. And he rolled, now I could lie, but again, like I said earlier, we're not about that. So we rolled a 3, and if you come
to an open space if you can.
Yeah, so 1, 2, so earlier I mentioned that there were 2 extra spaces down here. The Gartham nest, which is right here, and the podling holding area, the slave area, whatever you want to call it. Both of these are considered to be adjacent to the moat space, based on the idea of it being right there off of the Gartham nest, or available through a series of chambers and tunnels. So his first space out is always going to be right here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. So he's going to land on a card no matter what. The question is does he want to fight me? Did you hear me?
No, I did not.
So you're going to land on a card either way.
Okay.
But if you land to the left, you're going to land on a space with both of my Gelflings.
I'm not going to do that this turn.
You're not going to do that?
Nope.
Okay, so he's going to move over here, and that's the end of that one, but the card says to draw another. So we're going to move these out of the way, draw another card, and it's another Gartham. Do you want to move your last one out?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Going to roll that. Rolled a 1, so that's just going to land him on the moat space. That's no big deal. That is gone. However, he gets to draw another card. So there's that. Draw another card. And it is yet another Gartham card. However, this one, thankfully, he does not get to draw another card. So we're going to pick a Gartham, and we're going to move it. Which one would you like to move? Well, you've got 1 on a card. Do you want to try to move that to an open space?
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can either team up with another Gartham on an empty space or go to a card.
Spread them out.
Spread them out? Okay, so we'll take that to the card. Keeping in mind this is the Emperor's turn, so that is an Emperor Gartham, and the one I moved out earlier is an Emperor Gartham. It's a good thing you didn't put them together, because I forgot about that. That would have put 2 Gartham from 2 opposing Skeksis together. They would have had to fight. Did you catch that?
Yes, it did.
So good job on that one. Next, the Chamberlain gets to roll a d6. Did you want to roll that one?
Yes, it did. Sorry about that. Hard to being a daddy.
Yeah, but let's face it, you wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world.
I would not.
So that's going to be your Chamberlain over there. Is he going to move one way or the other? Okay. So that's the end of the Chamberlain's turn. Would you guys move that down to Jen? And Jen is going to roll a d8. Oh, no, I'm not going to roll a d8. This was where I was going to decide to rest. I actually roll a d6 to see how many willpower I gain back because of this card only. If I was not sitting on that card, I would only gain 1. And I'm going to...
Yeah, reroll that one.
Sorry about that, guys. It landed in the book. It landed on the edge. So we're going to try that again. And I got 3 or more. I actually rolled a 6. So I'm going to get 3 willpower back. 1, 2, and 3. When Jin, again, like I mentioned earlier, when a Gelfling gains back health, they can offer 1 up to another player. So both of my Gelflings now have 5. That gets my willpower back up. And I can move on, but it also offers him a chance to continuously win for the idea that I did not turn over a new world card. What you didn't see was Cody over here mocking me. It's alright, buddy.
I'm pretty sure they saw
Hang in there.
something. Okay, my go?
Yes, sir. No, you're going to draw.
I know, I'm just pointing at his.
Yeah, it's his turn.
Pick a Gartham.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick I'm gonna pick this one. I'm gonna spread them out again.
Okay, that's fine. So since he's stealing that Garth from the Emperor, we're gonna get rid of his token.
1, 2, 3.
Yep.
But I get another card.
Of course you do.
Of course, right?
Yeah. I hope you lose one.
Okay, so I have full willpower, so the card is invalid. Roll a d20. I'm gonna higher, get it full.
Okay.
I'm already at full.
Now, does it say to shuffle automatically, or does it say if
It does
you
say
get...
shuffle it.
Okay. So that particular card, he could have gained health if he had rolled an 11
I think I
or more.
forgot that one time.
Yeah. No, not today. You haven't.
I think I did, yeah. If anybody can find the timestamp on it, you win something. I don't know what you win, but you win.
Right this minute, you win a high five, and we'll go from there.
Deal.
So the card was his health card. If he had rolled an 11 or more, he would get to gain one. However, he's full of willpower, so he's fine. He doesn't need that, and it doesn't matter what he would have rolled. He can't gain more than his max. So the card goes back into the deck, and the deck gets shuffled. After that, that's the end. Alright, 1, 2, and 3.
Yep.
Okay. Alright.
Miss Kira's turn.
Alright, Kira gets to roll an 8 for movement. And I rolled a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We forgot to text. We forgot to.
Never done. I'm sorry, guys.
We forgot to text our wives and let them know that we're going to be filming right this minute. So unfortunately, we've gotten one to call us, and that's okay, because you know life happens. And for the record, if anybody should ever decide to put anything before life, you know, shame on you. I feel bad for you, but you know, when life happens, when the wife calls, when the kid calls, you take care of business, and that's all there is to it. I wouldn't dare ask Cody to change. He wouldn't ask me to change, and it is what it is. It's no big deal. So I rolled a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go to the open space. So that way I can flip a world card. This is Lance Rider. This is another great card. If only Jen had drawn this card, there would be no effect, and the card would stay on the space. But because Kira's with me, this card is now a new special ability for Kira. Just like how Jen had the Wall of Prophecy, Kira gets the Lance Riders. And she can confer speed. Sorry. Take this card as a new special ability card. Lance Riders confer speed D12 to Kira and Jen if they move as a group. Kira can also discard this card. Holy smokes. They both get to roll D12s from now on.
What?
Yeah. So I didn't read this card in full length yesterday. Take this card as a new special ability. Lance Riders confer speed D12 to Kira and Jen if they move as a group. Kira can also discard this card to re-roll a D20 for a failed brawn or speed test. So I'm going to leave that one face up to remind me that from now on I get to roll a 12. That is
For what? For brawn?
for speed. Every time I roll a move.
Okay.
That is awesome. That is phenomenal. That is a lot better than what I thought it was. It is Augur's turn again. What are we down to? 7? Oh man. And it is the Emperor Chamberlain's turn. Drawing 2 minion cards to see which one he likes better.
Crystal bats or 9. I'm gonna choose crystal bats. Investigate that with a D8.
Okay.
Wit.
So he rolls a 2, and my wit is a 10 and a 8-sided die. All I have to do is beat a 2, and I do so. So it is still your turn. Don't do it. Oh, 4. Okay.
Oh. But I am gonna move down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, not doing that. 4, 5, yeah.
Yeah. The reason he laughed is because, like we mentioned earlier, if the 2 Skeksis should land on the same space, they must battle. And I don't blame him for not wanting to lose a willpower over nothing. Okay, so I get to start rolling a 12. That is awesome. It's so much heavier. It's weird.
I know, it's awesome.
Alright, let's see what I get this time. A 2!
2!
Yay!
Wait, hold on. Shouldn't you get to roll it again?
No,
Does
no.
they each get, or does it just take over as?
It just takes over as the 8. They don't both get to roll to see who's faster.
So landing
So
on a card.
yeah, I'm gonna land on a card no matter what. The question is which one do I want to deal with? This one is a speed test against a D4, so I'll go that way because I know I should be able to beat it. Go ahead and roll a D4 for me, which
3.
is a 3, and I rolled a 10, so I'm good there. And it is the Garth Master's turn. Go ahead.
One minion card. D10 check. Wet. Crystal bats. 7.
Crap. you rolled a 10.
Yep. For
Okay.
wet.
So my wit is an 8 and a 10, and I have to beat
7.
7. Okay. Which I do just barely with a 9 on that 10-sided die. All right. So that's the end of the minion card. And he rolls a 3.
That way.
Okay. 1, 2, 3 for the Garth Master, and that's it for that, right?
Yep. No, it's
Kira's turn. Where's the 12? For some reason, I thought it was all the way over here. So,
1.
what are you doing to me? Oh man, I can't even like re-roll that for nothing. Oh man.
And isn't there a consequence?
Or no. You can reuse that as a free.
Yeah. So if I decide to go here, I can test wit against a D8. If I fail, there's a lot of failure things that happen. I was willing to take on this Skeksis. I really don't want to, so I'm just going to take on the Gartham instead. It is the Emperors, so you're going to roll a 12. Oh, Emperors, you're right. Sorry.
That's a 1.
That's a 1. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a 1.
Alright, so he rolled a 1 on the D8. I get to roll the 8 and a 4, and I beat it. I don't even have to look at it because it's my turn. I would have matched it at least. That is the moat space, so unfortunately, I do not get to flip over a world card. So, you know what it is? It's all everything turning up all aces for Cody. That's okay. So it's Augur's turn. 6. Got only 6 turns to try to get through these cards and find Augur's Observatory.
Move this one.
This Gartham, okay.
2.
2. 1, 2, or 1, 2. And this.
Don't I have to go through here? I thought
No.
I did last time.
No, you did because
Oh,
you were throwing.
that's right. So I'll go here.
Okay. And that's the Emperor's Gartham.
Yes.
So he's going to get a token. So there's that. That's the roll for the Emperor. Alright, so there's that. It is Jen's turn. Alright. Oh, I'm rolling the wrong die. I get to roll a 12 now.
What are you doing?
That is just not fair, man. Oh, man.
Oh, darn.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll go over here. I still don't get to flip over any world cards, but I don't have to take any tests. So, it is what it is. Go ahead and move the player token.
Gartham, I'm gonna move him.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
You're moving it here.
No, sir. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Sorry. And that is the Gartham Master, so he loses the Emperor token. And he's going to roll a 12 for combat. And I get to roll an 8 and a 4. Where's the 4?
Double.
That's whatever it landed on.
1.
So if this is not a 4, It's a 7, so I'm good.
Of course it is. Of course it's a 7.
Of all the great many ways that the bad guys can win in this game, I really don't want to hear it.
6. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, going for the open space.
Yep.
I don't blame you. I just don't like you.
Come here, Munchkin.
So it is now Kira's turn. I get to roll a d12. We'll move the player token down. And, ooh, I like this setup. Look at that, guys. He's left half of the board open for me. Alright, so I roll, and of course now I roll a 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, I'm going to land on the same space no matter which way I go, unless I just come in here for safe haven, and that's what I'm going to do. Next turn I'll move back out. Going in there doesn't do anything. It's the decision to rest that does something, and I'm not going to rest. So it is your turn.
You're number 5.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. It was Augur's turn.
1, 2. I'm gonna move him.
This one
Yep.
as the emperor.
Yep.
Okay.
1.
Do you want it on the card or on the moat?
On the card.
Of course. So,
Oh,
because he landed on it as one of them, the card gets discarded. So I can no longer use it, but it does open up a world space for me.
1, 2, 3.
All right.
Okay, and now it's June's turn.
No. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This test wit against a 6. So I guess I'll go this way. Man, that's just not even right.
2.
2. And my wit is an 8 and a 10. And I beat it with both of them. Again, I only have to beat it with one, but I still beat it. The success on this leaves the card on the space.
Oh, baby girl.
Next up is going to be the Garth Master's turn. Garth Master gets to draw one card, and that is Feed on Slave. Roll a d20. You're already at full health, so that's not going to help anything.
It was 6.
And so the card is just going to get shuffled back in. So let me just go and shuffle that up for him. And then he's going to roll a d6 to see where he goes. Sometimes, you know, like I said earlier, life gets in the way. And, you know, we wouldn't trade it for anything. We really wouldn't. It is still your turn. It is your Slave Master's turn. You just have to roll your green die.
Garth Master.
Garth Master, yeah. 5, which is down there, yeah. That's his. Okay.
Okay.
So there's that. And it is now Kira's turn. So one thing that has not come up yet, and I'm running into a real problem with these Lance Riders, you can decide not to roll as high a die as you're supposed to for movement. It means you move a little bit slower, and that's exactly what I'm going to do because I cannot keep not landing on open spaces. 2, open the world card. The Great Plains, no effect. Leave this card on the space. That is a card that did not come up last night, so that's interesting.
Done?
Yeah. Augur's turn.
4 left.
Down to 4 turns. Now this is where we got to yesterday when I had almost no health, he had all full health, and I just barely got into the crystal chamber. Just barely got it on the last turn. So we just might see a miracle happen here.
I'm gonna take him.
Discard them here
Yep.
as the Emperor.
Yep.
Okay. 2.
Yep. Move him 2.
Okay.
And I get paid another card.
Alright.
I'm gonna pick him.
Okay. With a 2.
Move him up 2.
Okay. So there's 2 spots. That's the end of that.
Yep.
Okay. Next he gets to roll a d6 for his Skeksis. He rolls a 1. And he's going there. Okay. So there's that. I'm gonna roll. We're just gonna move the token down to Jim. I'm gonna roll an 8. It worked out well last time, so that's what we're gonna stick with. 3. 1, 2, 3. Come on, Agra. Nope. This is a crystal bat card for me this time. Test wit against a d12. So I'm gonna let you roll the 12. I get the 10 and the 8. With a 1. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. I beat it on both counts. Success, this card gets discarded. Great. One less card to worry about on the table. Also, I owe you a thank you because had you not landed there, the card would not have been discarded and I would have not drawn a card. So,
Of course.
yeah, I'm being a little bit of a smart aleck, sorry.
It happens.
It is your Garth of Master's turn.
I'm gonna pick this guy.
Okay. Four.
Right there.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously, we could just move these without counting them. We're doing it for you guys so you know we're not cheating. Okay. And it is Kira's turn. I'm going to roll the 8 again. Is that a 1?
Yes it is.
Yeah.
Yep, that's 1.
So I already moved 1 spot. Let's open the world card. Soaring Cliffs. Test speed against a D8. So I'm going to let you roll the 8. I will roll the 12.
6.
6. And I rolled an 11. That's great. I don't have to roll again. So there's that. Success. This card is left on the space. Failure would have resulted in the loss of 2 willpower from each character. So yeah. So I'm really glad I didn't fail that.
No kidding. So,
Agra's turn. Down to 3 turns. Man, I just want to peek in here and see where it's at. Find out if I even stand a chance.
okay.
You moving to Gartham?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, that guy.
Okay. So he's selecting this Gartham, and it is the Emperor. He is now selecting it to be the Emperor's. 4 spaces. 3, 4. 3, 4. Yeah, this is the Emperor right now.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna move him over that way.
okay. So he's going to have 2 Gartham on the same space, but that doesn't mean that they have to move together.
And I get another card.
Okay. See, this is where it would actually come in handy if he wanted them to move together. I have a feeling he'd just lost a health point, which is great for me. But if he had drawn another Gartham card, he could have moved them together. Based on the idea that one invites the other to join it as they move around. The invite has to come before he rolls. And if he had rolled a 2, that's great. If not, he would have moved both of them to another empty space, not necessarily resulting in a good thing. Next, you have to roll a d6 for your movement. 1. So do you want to go up against your own Gartham or this way? Not against it, but with
Yeah,
it.
I'll partner up with him.
Okay. So they're just on the same space. This is his Gartham, so they don't have to fight.
Jim.
It is Jin's turn, so I'm going to roll the 8-sided. Roll the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. This one is Brawn against a 6. And this one is Wit against a 6. I guess I'll go this way. What'd you roll, a 2?
Yes.
Okay. 3, and I pass. So I passed that test, but I don't get to flip over any new world cards. We're going to move down to the Garth Master. First, the Garth Master draws a card, and it is a crystal bat. You're going to roll a d8 for wit. With a 1. So as long as I beat it, not with a 1, that's wit. So 10 and 8. I beat it both times, so the crystal bats don't happen. Again, that's not the idea that because I beat it with both of them, it doesn't happen. I beat it in general. So do you want to go to the moat or the open space? Open space. Okay. Next, it is Kira's turn. We're going to keep rolling the 8 because it's done a lot less damage than what it has good, unlike the 12-sided. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll card. Rot fungi. Test wit against a d10. You want to roll that for me? If you can't make it back in here, Cody, I don't mind. I can roll it.
Okay.
He rolled a 1.
You're supposed to bring me luck, little one.
We should have had her in here sooner.
Yeah.
So I beat it with both of them. Discard this card if it is a success. So there's that. Unfortunately, that was Kira's turn. Now it's Augur's turn. I am down to just 2 turns. I have a really good feeling I'm not going to win this. But I'm not giving up. I don't believe in it.
You know what? I'm going to move those 2.
Okay. Yeah, because it's your Emperor, and they're both Emperor Gartham. So 1. Do you want them?
1 space out.
Okay. Oh, that's a card.
Yeah, I can draw my card.
Okay.
Give me world space with a d10. Crystal bats.
Okay.
For a wit.
For wit.
7.
He rolled a 7, so I still have 2 opportunities to beat that. 5 and a 5. Wow, that really stinks. But let's see here. I'm going to use my Mystic, the Alchemist. His wit is a d12, so I'm going to re-roll a d12. What was yours? A 7?
7, yeah.
Okay. A third 5. Wow. Yeah, what you can't see is he's like cheering and throwing his baby in the air. It's, you know, adorable, but
Yeah.
oh. All right, I will next use Kira's Mystic Helper, the Scribe, who has a wit of d12. We will try this one more time. Rolled a 3. You know what? Let the Gartham find me. Let him.
That's both of them.
Yep, that's fine.
So move them over.
But the only fight is 1.
No. That's
Yes.
that's not what we said.
You roll the die twice, but they fight together.
True. I can pick the highest one.
Yes.
But they're only on a d8, so.
Yeah. So there's your d8, and I get to roll an 8 and a 4.
3, 6.
Okay. So rolling the d4 is not going to do anything at all. But I rolled a 5 as my highest. And his brawn is a d10. What'd you roll? A 6?
6.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and discard that one. And try to roll a d10 to beat his 6. Try to beat a 6 here. With a 10. With a 9. Thank you.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
I'm going to get rid of this.
You can't do that
I
because
can't
these are
do that
Garthams.
with those? Oh!
The Gartham only have 1 willpower.
Ah! Darn it. I was hoping to get Matt.
Sorry, bro.
I was hoping to get him.
So the willpower discarding that we can do with our characters. He was trying to do that for the Gartham. He can't do that. The Gartham only have 1 willpower. Alright, so these are going to go down back into the pile. Burn through all 3 of those, just trying to survive. And he still gets to roll his d6 to move his Emperor, the Chamberlain. 5 spaces. So you have the open plains does nothing, and then that one.
I'll go with the open plains.
Or it's the cliffs, but even still, it still doesn't do nothing. All right, so I just don't have enough open spaces. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will do that. World card. Adult Nebri. If you remember earlier, we had the young Nebri. This is the adult Nebri. I am testing Brawn against an 8. And if I succeed, then this card gets discarded. So what I'll do is I will just go ahead and roll my Brawn. And a 3 is my maximum. He then gets to roll for me. Keep in mind, guys, I don't know how you guys like to play. The idea, the feature of the other players rolling for them for the attacks is just a way to keep everybody engaged. If there were 4 players, it'd be like the player to the right or the player to the left.
2.
He rolled a 2. My maximum was a 3, so I'm set. I'm okay. This card gets discarded, and that is the end of Jane's turn.
Move one of these guys.
You're gonna move one of them. They're in the mess.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to battle him up against a D12. Go ahead.
8.
So rolling the 4 is gonna be useless. And I rolled a 2. So I'm gonna sacrifice one of my willpower to roll a D20. Trying to beat an 8. With a 12. That is awesome. So there's that, and he goes back into the nest. The invites only work when they're out in the world. What he was saying, whether he was trying to do it on purpose or on accident, he only gets to move 1 out of the nest at a time.
Yep.
So I did beat that Gartham, but it is still your turn. 5? And that's that one, yeah. Okay. I'm guessing you would have landed with your other.
Yeah.
Alright. So we should go ahead and move the token down. And we're rolling for movement, which is a 2. I'm just all around not gonna win this game. D4. Would you roll a D4 against my 12s?
3.
3, 5, so I beat it. The card still stays on the table, and that's the end of that turn. Am I really down to 1?
You're down to 1.
Okay. So the only chance I have right this minute to win this is if I land on an open world and Agra is right here. If Agra is not this right here, I'm about 99% sure that I cannot win this.
I'm going to pick this card.
Okay. Of course you rolled a 2.
1, 2.
Okay. So you're going to roll your 8, and then I get to roll the 8 and the 4. 7. And I did not pass, so I will sacrifice a willpower for a 20. I rolled a 6, and I have to beat a 7. Not match it, but beat it. So it was a 7, wasn't it?
It was a 7.
And I rolled a 12 this time. So your Gartham is beat, even though I took 1 hit.
Mm-hmm.
He goes back to the net.
You took 2 hits.
Oh, I did take 2 hits. Yeah, you're right.
See, even though I don't win those, I still win.
Yeah.
Okay. Chamberlain.
Oh man.
1, 2, or 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, big shocker there. Okay, so
7.
he's rolling a 7 for Braun, and I get to roll both of these. Of course, the 4 is not going to beat a 7, but I still like to roll them together. I rolled a 2. I'm going to, I will go ahead and discard the Lance Rider card, so that way Kira can roll a 20. I'm still beating a 7, right?
Still beating a 7 for the second time.
Kira will discard a willpower. Trying to beat a 7 with a 16. That'll work. Here's my question, sir. I rolled a 16. Are you going to let me take your 1, or are you going to try to beat it?
I'm lazy.
Okay.
Yep, because I have my own plan.
Yeah, I bet.
I do. I'm not just saying that. I actually do.
No, I'm sure you do. Okay, so this, like I said, this is probably one of my last turns. If I don't land on an open world space and draw Augur right now, I am so not gonna win.
So, 3, 4, 5. 5,
3, 4, 5.
2,
2 and 3.
So 2 through 5.
2 through 5, and then a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I rolled a 5. Great. So 1. You'll forgive me if I don't invite you to come with. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Augur's Observatory. That's phenomenal. But finding the shard is still a challenge. I still have to wit test against a D20. So please go ahead and roll a D20 for me. Wow, he rolled a 3. You know, Cody, I knew that we were friends here, but you know,
Hey, I feel bad.
you rolled such a roll for me. That's just really kind of you.
Well, double ones.
And I got a 4 and an 8, so it wouldn't have mattered which one I went with. I get the Crystal Shard, which I am so amped about. I just might still be in this running. I'm going to put that with Jin and his willpower, even though I don't have my character sheets over here. We left them over there so that way you can watch our turns go. And I don't have my special ability cards. I'm going to put it with Jin. That may come into play later. So that is the end of Jin's turn, and it is his turn. I still have to get into the castle.
Oh, you still have to get into the castle. So this is still in effect still.
Yeah.
Okay. Gartham. I'm gonna pick this guy.
Okay.
One deuces.
He rolled a 4.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, you're not gonna roll a 5 because you've only got a 33% chance of doing that. Thank you, sir. That's very kind of you.
Okay.
Alright, so
2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to roll a 5 or better to get in. And unfortunately, you can't re-roll your speed dice. But I did sacrifice my Lance Rider, which I probably shouldn't have done, but it just wasn't helping me. So 5 or better. And I rolled a 6, sir. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this is where the entire game changes. No big deal yet. But just to focus in on what we're doing here, Cody, can you see if you can zoom in on that? we're going to zoom in on the castle here. And while he does that, all of the Gartham no longer matter because they can't battle in the castle. Cody, we looking good? 5?
Okay. Yep.
Alright.
I don't want to mess up too much. Okay. Sorry, guys. Trying to get as close to the castle as possible.
Madeline.
Okay. Go ahead, Matt.
Okay, so all of the Gartham are going to be dismissed because they can't fight in the castle. But what we will have is 2 Skeksis join the fight and 1 pod slave group. For those of you that might be interested, this is the Skeksi Gorman, and this is the Skeksi Slave Master. He is in the throne room, and the Gorman is in the dining hall. All of the cards do not have to be discarded, but I'm going to discard them because they're not going to play any effect anymore in the game, no matter what happens. It'll also help you guys focus on what we're doing. So there's all of that. It also gives Cody an extra couple seconds to spend with his daughter, trying to calm her down and feed her or what have you. Both of the Skeksis automatically move into the crystal chamber. Both of the Gelfling, because they're moving as a team, are now in the slave chamber. And that is where the podlings are. Now the podlings, the reason I've had the rule book open this whole time, the podlings, when I get into the slave quarters, they will roll a d8, and I will roll my d8 twice for speed. I'm trying to get around them without getting caught. So this particular roll is for the podlings, and they rolled an 8. That is just awesome. So next, I'm going to roll for Kira. That's a 1, and then Jin. That's a 2. So I failed that speed test. There's no sacrificing willpower for a speed test. Because I failed it, there's now a brawn test. There are 3 podlings. So what's going to happen is Cody is going to roll a d4, a d6, and a d8. Whatever the highest one is, I have to battle against that. 6. Okay, so I'm going to roll a 8 and a 4. The 4 is not going to matter because the 4 can't beat a 6. I roll a 3.
If you with multiplication or addition,
yeah,
tie, but
yeah, no. So I'm gonna have to sacrifice willpower trying to beat that. So I'm gonna roll a 20, and it has to be more than 6. It has to be 6 or more. And I rolled a 14. That's just awesome for me. So there's that. The podlings are dismissed, and it is now the end of Kira's turn. So we go around to Augra. The counter still happens until I end up in the crystal chamber. So go ahead and rotate that down.
Down to 0.
Okay. 2. So I'm not actually going to make it into the crystal chamber this game. But we're going to go ahead and finish playing just to see how close I can get.
Okay. Like I said, I had a plan. This guy has lower power, and since they're in the same room, I have to fight them.
Yep.
So I'm gonna be pulling for the one dude. Yeah, this kind of sucks for me, but
so the Skeksis always battle whenever they're together.
So I got an 11 for him and a 7 for him. Now you can't see over here because I zoomed in. This guy has 2. This guy has 4. I want him to win. So if he's losing, I'm actually happy about that.
So he loses 1 willpower.
Yep.
And that's the end of
That's the end of my turn because I have no minions.
That's the end of the Emperor's turn. There are no minion cards to draw, but the Emperor loses his scepter, just for the record. That'll come into play. I'll explain that later. So that's going to go to the victor. Yes, sir.
Yep.
On Jin's turn, I don't have to roll for movement because I'm going to roll at least a 1. So I'm going to come in here and take on this Skeksis, which again is the Banquet Hall, and that is the Gourmand. Would you roll a D10 for me, please? For speed. Landed off the board, but it's okay because it landed. Did it land flat?
Well, it kind of landed like this.
Okay. So it's up to you. If you want to re-roll it again, that's fine.
Yeah, because it was either a 1 or a 9.
It's a 1. Okay.
Obviously, some people out there wanted it to be a 1.
So
Thanks.
I beat it with my speed. So the idea is that we got around this Skeksis. However, because we failed,
You succeeded.
or because we succeeded, sorry, well, what's going to happen is he's going to draw 1 Skeksis card, and I have to fight against it.
Now, I'm gonna show him this, but you guys take a poll. Should I show him this card if we play this game again, or should I hide this card and you just have to randomly pick?
So when I fight a Skeksis,
It's brawn versus wit.
especially here at the end, I can decide, do I want to go up against his brawn or do I want to go up against his wit?
Doesn't matter for this character,
Right.
because it's both a D10.
However, my brawn is only as high as an 8. My wit is as high as a 10. So I'm actually going to go up against his wit.
6.
He rolled a 6. I get a D8 and a D6 to roll. And I matched it with a 6. It is my turn, so I win that. He is gone. Alright, it is the next Skeksis' turn.
Okay. We're together. We have to fight. This.
And yep.
This. 8-2.
Okay.
So I'm losing the way I want to lose.
If Cody and another player were playing as the Skeksis, the idea is one of the Skeksis, only one of them can win, whereas the Gelflings always win together. So what he's doing here is very good, very strategic. He's knocking out the Chamberlain.
Which Chamberlain is dead.
So we're gonna set him off the board, and now it is only the Emperor from the movie and for this game who is the slave, the Garth Master. So it is the end of the Garth Master's turn. It is now Kira's turn. We move to the throne room, and I need you to roll a 12 for me, a D12 for me. This is again another speed test, and I can't beat a 12. It doesn't matter what I roll. That's a 5, and that's a 4. So this is a test that is failed. Draw 3 Skeksis cards, and they all fight together. Whether it is wit, bless you. Whether it is wit or brawn, that is still my choice. And for this game alone, again, it's not like I can win, so he's going to let me see him, and I'm going to decide. There are 2 wits that are 12, and there are 2 brawns that are an 8. I'm actually going to go ahead and do wit again, because I just might stand a better chance. You roll for his.
2 12s for what and 1 8.
Yeah.
This is 2 8s.
Sorry, I'm sorry. The third Skeksis, his 8 and 12 is flipped. So it'd be either brawn 8 8 12 or wit 12 12 8. So I'm going to go against his wit and try to his wit. I'm going to go against his wit and try to outsmart him.
Even though I have a better chance of getting a 12?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I have a better chance of outdoing you with a 10 than I do with an 8.
True. Okay, so
So he's going to roll 2 of them right now. One's a 5 and one's a 6. And he's going to re-roll the 6 just to see which one's bigger.
So I have a 6.
So right now he has a 6, and we're just going to go ahead and put that on a 6.
Yeah.
And then my wit is an 8 and a 10. 2 and 4. So unfortunately, I lose 2 willpower. Because like I said, I don't I don't believe that you can rerun a wit test. So those are going to get discarded, as well as any Skeksis that have been dismissed. No, that last one stays with him. Those, and then whatever that one over there is. So he's just going to go ahead and shuffle the Skeksis, and that would be the end of my turn. And because I'm still not in the crystal chamber, the move counter goes down 1 turn, which ends the game. The Skeksis have won, more specifically, the Garth Master, current Emperor, the Emperor for the movie, and this guy to my right.
Alright. Okay.
Guys, I hope you enjoyed watching us play this. Please comment and subscribe down below. We had a lot of fun playing this last night.
Sorry, I got a real close up of your face.
That's okay. I know you're going to fix it for me.
I'm going to try.
We had a lot of fun with this game last night. We had a lot of fun practicing it again this morning. And, you know, we brought it to you guys because nobody else has done this game playthrough. We love this game. He doesn't even know anything about the Dark Crystal, and he likes it.
And that's what I was going to say. You don't have to watch the movie to enjoy this game. Something you guys will find out. I like to be the bad guy sometimes. It's more fun that way. But I mean, I had fun. You get to mess with people. It's a good time. And yeah, you don't need to watch the movie to enjoy the game. All I know about the game is there's Skeksis, Garum, Jin, Kira, and these 2 dudes. That's it. That's all I need to know about the movie.
That's all he knows.
There's some crystal involved.
Yeah, there's some crystal. Go figure. That's all he knows, and yet he still enjoyed it. Guys, please go out there, check this game out. Jump over to Table Troubadour, give them a like and a subscribe, because they are the ones who designed this game, who illustrated it. The guy on there, Johnny Allen, he created these miniatures. If you guys get the chance, also watch a couple of his videos on the Labyrinth board game that he created. Very, very similar to this. Very, very gorgeous. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today.
If you want to see some close-ups of the board game and stuff like that, you can jump over to his channel, or Matt did a video a couple days ago where he shows the pieces. I don't know if he shows them in great detail.
Yep.
But these things are phenomenally made. I mean, there's so much detail in these. I mean, he has little armor plating here. You can see the fiber, and, well, not the fiber, you can see the lines in his cloak and stuff like that.
You can see the fibers in his cloak.
Oh wow, yeah, you can see all this jewelry, and apparently there's a slit in her back to where her wings would pop out. Yep, I can see that. Oh, you can actually see a little bit of detail in the wing.
Yeah.
Great game, well made. We're going to be playing this again. If you guys have any suggestions for some house rules to make it a little bit more, even more interesting, like the Garmer gets to roll whatever dice, or
something else that you can do with this game is, we started on turn 19. One way that we can make it a little bit easier is I can actually set the turn counter all the way up to 24 if I want to make it easier, or if I want to make it a little bit harder. Is it 23?
It's 23.
Okay, sorry. So I can set it all the way up to 23. I know. And I can actually set it lower than 19 if I want to make it a harder game. Here's the thing. This is how cooperative games work. There are so many ways to lose. I don't need anything harder to lose with. He had so many different ways he could win. Me not finding it, the turn counter hitting 0 like it did, or me getting in here and not being able to beat him or the other Skeksis that stood in the way. If I had lost all my willpower, there's no resting inside of the Dark Tower.
Something I would have dropping everything. Something I would have got to done if he was more spaced away and I was just one Skeksy in there and I didn't have all my health. I could have rested and gotten my health back to make it even harder on him.
Yes, I believe that you could have.
Yep, that's why we did it last night, the other day. Yeah, great game. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Stop by our house next
week.
Yeah, sometime next week. Don't know what game we're going to be playing, but It'll be fun. Thank you guys so much. Like, share, subscribe.
And tune in for his devotionals that'll probably happen this week.
Hopefully sometime this week we'll get one of those out. Yeah. Thank you guys. Welcome to our house again. We'll see you next time.
See ya.